Greetings, music lovers. Welcome to Glasshouse Studios. Just a little video. You come in here beside the pool, through in under this little marquee, into the waiting area. There's a smoking area there with an ashtray. So this is Studio A. Now Studio A is a digital / hybrid studio using Pro Tools Ultimate and some of the finest gear on the planet. There's some really nice high-end gear in Studio A, and generally this is where I'm tracking my vocals. So I have a hole in the wall under there where stuff goes through into our vocal ISO booth. Let me just turn the light on. I also track Hammond organ in here, acoustic guitars, all that sort of thing. All nicely air conditioned with silent aircon. Now you can see this blue lead going through here. So this blue lead connects Studio A to Studio B right through the house. So I'm going to go back the other way. So essentially what we can do is I can record drums, guitars, bass from either studio. So today I'm going to be recording drums in the Studio A control room to Pro Tools. But we can also record drums, guitars, bass in Studio B to tape to the Studio A827 24-track 2-inch tape machine. So we'll just walk along here. When you come to the property, drop your gear off here at the front section and then park down the bottom there. See the studio sign, that's the path to Studio A. That's where you park down the bottom there. There's actually a sign there, if you can see it. Visitor and guest and visitor parking. Views of our mountain there. But you can drop your gear off up here. So the entry to Studio A is through there. The entry to Studio B is in through the shed here. Now, just so you know, the bathroom is just in through here. We've got a nice little bathroom, toilet and sink and so on. Shower if you want it. You're welcome to use the pool while you're here. The house is out of bounds. My wife and the family living here, they don't like people coming in the house, so I'm sorry about that, but try to avoid going into the house. So you can see this blue multi-core coming through, which connects Studio A to Studio B using a patch panel here. And that patch panel actually goes down through the floor. Look, it's hard to see, but it goes down in through the floor and into Studio B. Now, Studio B is in through the door here. And we've got our drum room with nice silent air conditioning and guitar amps, bass amp, etc. Patch panel. And so this is where today we're tracking drums. The drummer will be in here working, but we'll be in Studio A control room tracking the drums to Pro Tools. But we can also bring the signal in to Studio B from that drum room through a patch panel down there. You can see the patch panel, and connects to all the outboard and the patch bays to the tape machine. So the great thing about Glasshouse Studios is we now have 2 complete studios that can tie into each other. So the only thing I'm not set up to do is run the tape machine from Studio A. We do have a Pro Tools system in Studio B, but it's just an old HD system, which is great. It's a Pro Tools 10 HD3 system using an old cheese grater, which basically we just use to get data on and off, audio on and off the tape machine. We've got a Cadac J32 console, and some really nice preamps, some vintage Neves, some Shelford channels. We've got other Neve pre's and things. This is mostly the mixing channel and effects and stuff. There's some nice gear there. So look, yeah, this is just a short video. Basically, so in Glasshouse Studios now we have two options. You can mix in Studio A, hybrid, or we can mix in Studio B, full analog off tape. And you can record in Studio B drums and bass, guitars, etc. To tape. Or we can tie it into Studio A using this multi-core and actually record drums, bass, guitars, etc. in Studio A. So yes, so I've had quite a few bands take advantage of recording to tape. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. The drum kit's sounding fantastic. It's a vintage Premier kit. I've had it all fully restored. And I'm just loving these vintage Neve channel strips. They came out of the Rocking Horse Neve console, very famous console. And yes, so look, this was just a short video to just show you. Let me go back to Studio A. Just close that. So we're going to be tracking drums in the drum room, and the signal will come through the core into Studio A. And we're tracking to Pro Tools, but as I said, we can also track that to Studio B to tape if you want. And so with the mixing in Studio A, I'm mixing in Pro Tools Ultimate with all the top plugins, and I'm using analog as well. So it's a hybrid approach. I've got a really nice high-end mixing mastering chain that I strap across the mix bus, and we've got the Maselect, the high-end Maselect metal knob mastering EQ, which is very famous. Got a nice high-end electrophonic Pultec. We've got an RM58 clone, which is an amazing thing, Roger Mayer RM58 clone. Both rooms have Crane Song Avocet monitor controllers. In Studio A, I'm using a Bricasti M7 for reverb, main reverb, plus plugins, of course. In Studio B, we've got a Lexicon 960L and some other bits and pieces. So, look, feel free to hit me with any questions. And yeah, we've got some nice selection of gear. I do need to update the website, which I'll get onto. It's just a lot of, I've been busy. There's a lot of things to do, but we've got some really nice amps, some nice guitars, and great pedal board. And I've got a Yamaha C7 grand piano here as well. And so the studio's really come of age this year, having the Studio A and the Studio B option. So we can work full analog to tape, or we can work hybrid. We can record to tape, we can mix in Pro Tools, we can record in Pro Tools, we can mix to tape. Obviously I'm doing quite a lot of mastering here as well, so I can master hybrid using Outboard. I can master in the box digitally, or I can actually run stems or the stereo master on and off tape, which gives a nice little vibe, the tape vibe. So there you go. Look, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I look forward to helping you in the coming months and years.